So we had another shooting.
I could say invented.
We had another shooting down in Ferguson.
Of another guy from a cop?
Another guy from a cop. And I was going to put this in the police news, but I knew we'd want to kind of expand on this topic a little bit. So people are still protesting. In case everybody forgot, there's still a lot of fucking mad-ass people down in Ferguson. And one thing I've noticed as it's gone along, I've seen a lot more white people, some Asian people, some Mexican people. It started out as mostly black people with like a couple of white guys and then some journalists and stuff. But now I see a lot of people. It's becoming a movement of the people a little bit more, I think, and less of a racial issue. Although clearly the race thing is there, as we've talked about on the show before. So you know what happened here, or should I just launch into it? What do you want to set this up or no?
I don't get it because cops shoot people everywhere all the time and nobody cares except in Ferguson. I'm gonna move to Ferguson.
Right. No, I know, and that's the thing. It's like
I mean?
That is true. They're killing people constantly, and then the media will take one thing. But this was actually, if we remember. And I think we made this observation before. This is a little bit different because the media didn't choose this story. Social networking did. And this spread through Twitter and Facebook, and this was a story that we chose basically to keep going as a society, I guess, more than it's, corporate media stimulated. And they're just figuring out how to spin it, I guess. So this guy, tensions in and around Ferguson, Missouri continued to rise late Friday, 2 nights after an off-duty white police officer shot and killed a black teenager who police said had shot at the officer first. Vonderrit Myers Jr. was killed Wednesday night in the Shaw neighborhood of St. Louis at about 16 miles from Ferguson, one day before the 2-month anniversary of the death of Michael Brown, the unarmed black teen shot by white police officer Darren Wilson. Myers' family and friends insist he did not have a gun, that he was murdered by an overzealous officer who assumed wrongdoing because he was black. Police say the teen fired 3 rounds at the officer before a policeman responded with at least 17 rounds. The incident raised concerns that added anger over Myers' death. Do we know anything about this? So what's come out since then? I heard that it was later found that he wasn't armed, or what's going on with this?
Witnesses say that he wasn't armed, but there's no official investigative statement released yet regarding his arming.
Okay.
Regardless, 17 rounds were fired by the officer.
What do we give a shit about an investigative release anyways? The witnesses said they're probably less likely to lie than the police, although I guess they could too. Myers lived with his grandmother a block away from Shaw Market, a store where he and 4 friends went around 8 p.m., according to Hollis, 50 years old, a funeral director. What?
9mm was found at the scene, but it does not say whether it was on that person, the victim, or not.
He probably did shoot at the fucking cops.
You think so?
Yeah.
Witnesses say that's not true.
There's
Whose
also
witnesses his like neighbors,
people who saw it, people who witnessed it.
There's some discrepancies about the timeline too, I guess, that the police put forward, and I've seen a lot of stuff going on. There's a video of them at the store, I think, and all that, but we can't really do anything with it on the show. It's just a long fucking security video, but you can check that out. You
can't plant a gun though. I know you can't plant a gun for real. So
what do you mean?
It's impossible
How do you know?
to like put a gun there and say that somebody shot at you after you murder him. Can't be done.
What if you fire it?
Huh?
What if you fire it so it's been fired?
Yeah, I know. Can't be done.
Oh, sarcastic. Sorry.
Sarcasm.
Once Myers left the store, Campbell says the teen walked to the officer's car and exchanged words. Oh, sorry, let me back up. This is what happened. Blanche Campbell, 38, said she saw Myers go into the store and watched as the off-duty police officer circled a nearby street. He said he was looking for someone who just robbed a house, Campbell said. Once Myers left the store, Campbell says the teen walked to the officer's car and exchanged words. Myers then walked away from the car, and the officer got out and walked after him. She said she was inside Shaw Market when she heard 2 gunshots. Metropolitan Police Chief Sam Dotson said the shooting in Shaw unfolded after the unidentified 32-year-old officer chased 3 black teens who fled as he drove by. One of the teens approached the officer in an aggressive manner, Dotson said. The two got in a physical altercation, and the officer saw Myers' hand at his waistband and thought the teenager had a gun. Dotson said the officer, a 6-year veteran of the St. Louis police force, did not open fire because he wanted to be certain it was a gun. Myers then allegedly turned and pointed the gun at the officer and fired at least 3 rounds before his gun jammed. The officer shot back, killing Myers. The officer was not injured. This doesn't sound true.
Wait, one
So they
officer
were-
shot this dude?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. One guy? 17 rounds? That means he had to reload and keep shooting.
Is that true?
Yeah.
It says 17 rounds, and it also says that they were close enough to each other that they were in a physical altercation.
Yeah.
That means
Just
he
doesn't sound
reloaded.
true.
That means he killed this guy with like 12 bullets and then reloaded and shot him a bunch more.
What is like I don't even know like how many fucking what's the most bullets do you think could be?
I have no fucking idea, but I don't think that there's more than 15 at all. Never.
Who knows, dude? You don't know. Plus it may have been, I mean, let's see.
That's how guns work. You can't put a fucking million bullets in the clip, or at least 20. You can't put 20 in a pistol clip.
According to court documents, he was to go on trial in November on charges of unlawful use of a weapon and resisting arrest. So he had already done this, I guess, and before he ran from police and tossed a .38 caliber pistol into a sewage drain.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do probably. It
Yeah.
shows how anxious these officers are, especially Caucasian officers, to use excessive force toward African American children, said Gerald Christmas, an attorney for their family. Why are you even approaching this individual? But for him being an African American male with 2 or 3 other African American males standing in the street. Yeah, who knows what happened, but I'm guaranteeing you they didn't have to fucking kill the kid.
Well, if he shot at him, he might have, you know.
Do you think? I don't know. What's come out about that? Do we have any
I
other...
want to know how much a clip holds. I want to know if he had to reload to keep murdering.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a really weird thing to do because that takes a few seconds. I mean,
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like
I'm
it
gonna
was
look it up.
some kind of
if
shootout.
you weren't safe, you wouldn't, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can't just reload.
The other thing about the story that the police chiefs told is like the suspect fired 3 shots and his gun jammed, and then the cop fired back at him. That was the story. So if his gun jammed, why is he firing 17 fucking times at him? So this is whatever is going to be the details of this. It's bullshit.
You know what's weird about the cops shooting people and stuff? I live in a shit little city. The cops have nothing to do. They've never murdered anybody or have been tried, or nobody's ever tried to murder them, right?
Yeah.
They wear like Tomb Raider Lara Croft belt pieces that have the clips ready to go.
Oh,
so
they
they
act
can
like they're-
so they can
yeah.
empty out double 2 of them and then like slide them down and like put them on and shoot more, but they've never like shot a fucking shot ever. That's why they're killing people, because they have all this cool shit to kill people with.
Oh, hell yeah.
How
they're
can you
getting
not
primed
use
up.
that?
Yeah.
I'm a sympathizer.
How long could you walk around dressed like that without killing someone?
4
Fucking
weeks.
2 hours? Yeah.
2
like-
hours.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
A typical 9mm handgun clip holds 15 to 17 rounds.
Okay.
Okay, so it was a whole clip. Full clip on
Yeah,
that ass.
I didn't know it held that many.
Me neither.
Crazy. So,
But why would you have to shoot your whole clip out? That takes about 15 seconds. I'd imagine a lot can happen between you shooting him the first 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 times that you would figure out that you don't have to shoot him no more. Right?
So I grabbed a quick recap on what's going on in Ferguson.
Okay.
We got time for this. So we go back to August 9th, okay? That's when the initial thing happened. Michael Brown was shot. August 10th is when we had all those tear gas and rubber bullets, and that was that fucking Infowar footage that was all crazy with, what's his name?
Jakari.
Yeah, Jakari.
With boogers all flying out his nose and shit. Because he got swamp gas. What did he call that shit?
Tear gas.
Swamp gas. He got
Swamp gas. Yeah.
Dude, swamp gas is probably pretty lethal as well.
Those
I've never seen it.
Those weren't rubber bullets. It was swamp gas.
Like UFOs and shit.
Yeah.
The swamp gas reflecting the reflection
start-
of Neptune onto the fucking.
They're just gonna start debunking dead black teenagers with swamp gas.
You know, I did see some swamp gas out there last night.
It was a weather balloon.
That's fucking funny.
That ain't no dead black kid. It was a weather
And
balloon.
you do the mobster voice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The SWAT team arrives to try and disperse a crowd of protesters chanting "Don't shoot" with their hands in the air. That was on the 12th of August.
God, man.
Curfew was put into effect on August 16th. Back on September 23rd, the memorial to Michael Brown was burned to the ground. A couple days later, on the 26th, The DOJ Civil Rights Division requested that Jackson not allow police officers to wear "I am Darren Wilson" bracelets when on duty. Fucking cocksuckers.
Wait, what?
Though the "I am Darren Wilson" is a thing that a lot of like hicks and cops started doing. There was also some fucking shit. I didn't bring it because it's too long, but there's video of the protesters go to a fucking Cardinals game, and there's like people that have "I am Darren Wilson" shit on their jerseys and everything, and they're just completely like, it's like another way that they've found to just completely divide people. People have just taken completely one side or the other, and they're just fucking fighting in the streets at this point, all white against black basically at this fucking Cardinals game. You guys saw that video? No, we should send that to me real quick, and I'll pull that up to play a minute of it and just see what the hell the deal with that. You'll see. 28th, a large crowd gathered to protest and threw bottles and rocks at the police officers, going all Palestinian on them. Protesters and clergymen stand outside on the 29th, outside the police department, praying and chanting, and one clergyman is arrested. On the 4th of October, about 50 protesters delayed an orchestra concert and sang some old civil rights tunes. They left peacefully when they were done. October 6th, protesters and baseball fans, here you go, October 6th, protesters and baseball fans had a chanting battle outside Busch Stadium. And it wasn't so much a chanting battle. These were a lot of hick motherfuckers, and they were just kind of gathering around saying things like, "Oh, y'all better get jobs," or something, just kind of yelling the typical like protester taunts, like if you have the passion to care about something and get in the streets, it must be because you don't have a job to occupy your little cunt tiny peanut brain. Sorry, go ahead.
No, the part about the whole shit that bothers me the most is that what's our tagline for telling them that we're mad and we want to kill them for killing people all the time? We'll say "don't shoot." Like, such a bitch little fucking tagline, victimizing yourself before you even start. I don't like that at all. You know what I'm saying?
Like the "please don't shoot" with
please
their hands
don't
up
shoot.
thing.
It should be "please run," because I'm gonna rip your. We're all gonna grab you. Like 30 people's gonna grab each limb, and we're gonna pull your fucking sockets out of your fucking bone pieces.
It should be. It should be. Yeah. "I dare you to shoot."
No, it should be "I dare you to stand there and not run away now." You know what I mean? If you're sick of cops killing people, then kill the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Do some real standing up.
Whatever.
But,
don't shoot me, please.
But here's the thing,
you.
You shouldn't be a coward like that, but you should, you can't use violence to force people to change their behavior.
Yes.
It'll never work.
Yeah, but they did it to us. And as a matter of fact, what happens when you're sitting there like, "Hey, guess what? We can get people that are mad about what we're doing to do. Come over here and stand outside." And they're like, "Oh, that's so stupid." And then we won't even allow them to do that anymore. It's going to be hilarious. How is that a threat to anything? You can't threaten things when you're just standing there.
Protesting is garbage. It's
fucking stupid.
It's really, if a real protest should happen in secret, and it should involve real fucking action. It should be,
ooh.
You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
So, we got that was the basic timeline. Did you find that video of the
Yeah, I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
Right now.
What's that video going to be of? This
is the protesters
heckling, getting heckled at a Cardinals game.
Yeah, they're chilling at this. They're like outside of where the people are, like where the cattle are fucking lining up to go see their fucking little baseball show or whatever. They're lining up by the thousands and thousands and thousands to see their little thing. Mm-hmm. And the protesters come up, and I don't understand either one in this situation, because I don't understand the angry attitude of the white people for the most part at the baseball game, and I don't understand why the protesters came to the baseball game. I don't understand either fucking side of this. But
yeah, why were they there?
I don't know, but they're allowed to do that. I don't give a shit. I mean, you have to let them do it. And on the other hand, these other people are allowed to say whatever they want. So let's hear what these fucking what these honkies and
sports are weird anyway. All these people go to see these shit sports, man. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it is very strange.
It's like,
I was just thinking about while I was setting this up. It's like, where else are you gonna find fucking 50,000 people standing outside waiting to go in someplace, and they've each paid $20 for parking and fucking $50 for their ticket.
Depending on their seat, some people are paying $300.
Let's hear this. Yeah, this is some old hick guy saying, if they'd be working, we wouldn't have this problem. All right, let's hear that one more time.
What's the problem? What are they? Can you hear what they're saying?
I don't know what the chant is, but I want to get this guy. Listen to this guy.
They go to work. We won't have this hair problem. Fucking funny.
See, the funny thing about these stories is like, whatever side is like, people align themselves with a lot of weird things. So if you align yourself with a sort of like white supremacist style of thinking, you hear a story like this, and it gives you opportunity to be like a little bit like self-righteous about things that don't actually make sense. So these stories are always funny. It gets like these people to come out of the woodwork, and this guy just exposes himself. It's like, this guy just wants to be in the Klan. He really, you know what I mean? Like, he just wants, like, he's just using his opportunity to, like, I'm going to make a rash stereotype, and you know, like, it's just...
Plus, older folks don't even know about viral video. You know, they don't understand that. They don't understand that can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they might not.
They
yeah, that's
don't.
true. Yeah, he probably never thought that would happen.
Never thought.
Wow, there you have it.
This is the guy taking the video.
He's like, people talking shit about black people, let's go get it. And then, you know, it's just fun. That's what they do every day. Today, somebody had a camera.
So you got Justice for Michael and Let's Go Cardinals. The two groups back and forth. For Mike Brown. So what is the point of this? Why?
Because sports are so important, they probably thought it would be a good idea because people are driven by that. It's true. Connect the names, connect the, you know. People get fucking sports emblems on their urns, okay?
Yeah, the weirdest thing about this is now these two sides, they're in meter with each other, and they're doing their chants on the same rhythm. So one's like a setup and one's like a callback. So they're like singing a song together almost in a weird kind of, you know.
Is that what's going on? Play.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're staying in rhythm with each other. So it's, you know, in a way they really are harmonizing here, at least rhythmically. And they're cooperating on that rhythm. And that's the funny thing about people is, like, as much as these two groups hate each other, like, rhythm got them. That got them. They don't, if you pointed that out to any of them, I bet they would stop just based on their hatred of each other.
I thought that, see, because I can't see the video from right where I'm at without the glare, and it's dark. So I thought that was the same group.
No,
yeah.
It's
not.
That's the fucking.
I can't see. Yeah,
that's the fucking combating.
I would have noticed that too if I didn't know it was the same. It was different people.
That was the combating chants. But isn't that funny? I never made that observation before. But like these two groups hate each other, but they're working together to make this little chant song. And they're taking their turns. Like, that's just a weird aspect of this that I didn't think about.
Well, what happens right before you engage in physical combat with somebody? It's kind of the same thing. You fucking like... You talk,
do a little,
they talk,
yeah,
you talk,
you let
they
them
talk.
You let. See, I want to see what this guy fucking says. See how mad he gets me. Yeah.
Listen. Yeah, right, exactly.
Then we had some drunk chick come up and try to school this guy, and this guy's a former Marine, and she just makes no sense. Here she comes, I think. Let me see. This is not a way to handle it, she says.
What would be a better way to handle it?
You know what?
By going into your seat and sitting the fuck down.
She's saying, I don't understand why you're here. Neither do I, really. But
wait, they're outside of the stadium? They're not in the limits of the property, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
What race am I? I'm a fucking Marine.
What? That doesn't answer the question.
What do you mean, what level? Well, you know. What do you mean, what level? You mean what branch? The United States Marine Corps.
Is she white?
It's a branch.
Yeah.
I can't tell from her.
Okay. What do you mean, how far did I get?
She doesn't know anything about the military. She's asking how far.
And
did
he
you-
knows what she
Well, I
means, and he
graduated.
won't. He's being an idiot.
What would my rank have relevance for? But how far did you get? Go ask a vet, how far did you get? I made it back alive. That's how far I got.
Oh.
All those guys are assholes like that, though.
Who? Vets?
Yeah, all of them are fucking priests. I know people that went into the military and they were little pieces of shit bitches, and they came out fucking talking like they wasn't no more. And I was
Right.
like, shut up, bitch. I didn't say that. I was like, this guy's fucking insane. He's still a little bitch.
You know what? One thing I've learned.
I can't even talk about it, bro. I
Yeah.
can't even listen for real. I can't even talk about it.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with that thing of just like having respect for people just because they were in the military.
guaranteed.
I don't care
Bro,
anymore.
if I came back from the military and you asked me, I'd be like, word up, dude. I fucking greased this 13-year-old kid with a fucking frag grenade. It was fucking crazy. You know what I mean? I
you'd
wouldn't
be
be
real
like,
happy about it. I bet.
No, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't be like, I can't talk about it. I don't.
Dude, if you had actually done shit like that, you probably wouldn't want to talk
Well,
about
I
it,
asked-
you know? And that's a good indication as to what kind of shit they're asked to do. They're fucking obviously not proud of it.
Well, I asked them if
most
they
of
killed
them.
anybody, then they get all weird. Like, I want to know. I want to know if you killed somebody. You know what I mean?
But you're asking like a 5-year-old level question to a person who's like been to the other side of the world and done fucked up shit. I mean, just because we don't agree with what
But
they
I knew
do.
them real good before they left, though. That's
So
the
what?
difference.
They're
It's not
not-
like I'm walking to the VA and just asking people questions. You know what I mean? It's like somebody I know. I know you.
Yeah, no, I've
You know
had
what
the
I mean?
exact same experience when
Yeah.
we were all our people who were around our age, whatever that is. We're about like we were all about 18 when the whole shit broke out for our generation, and we all had
Yeah, right
friends.
about there.
And when they came back, I definitely had the same experience with a couple of my friends, asking them like, "So what's it like? Do you fucking shoot people, throw bombs? What's going on?" They don't talk about it. They don't, you know. And I think some of it is that they didn't do shit. They just fucking guarded a stupid little punk ass fucking.
I think that's a
prisoner
lot
camp.
of it.
You know,
like
yeah.
they didn't do anything at all, and
Right.
then they're just like, oh no, I don't want to talk about it because it's so stale.
Yeah, it's the
You know
it's
what I mean?
it's the elite forces seeing most of the action.
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, that's what's going on. We got anything else in Ferguson? Now we got the new shooting. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. But obviously, people are in the streets fucking tenfold after that happened. And like
Do
I
we
said,
have any Ebola news?
yeah, but I had a setup for it. But that
Did
was
you?
awesome. Yeah.
You're supposed to signal me for
I was
that.
wrapping up the Ferguson thing. So shut up. The people are, you know, of all different races now are showing up and stuff. And this whole thing is really expanding down
I saw
in
some
Ferguson.
white folks there the first time.
There was a
though.
couple, but now it's starting to look like
Like
a
a
more
lot.
a diverse crowd. Like you don't just pick out a few of them. It's more like the whole crowd is starting to look a little more
Yeah.
mixed. You know.
Sure. I saw a white. I think I saw a picture of a white dude that says black is not like or something. I don't know. Yeah. He was like sticking up for black people with his sign. I don't remember what it said. But I think
Good
I saw.
old Whitey sticking up for black.
Yeah, but I don't think I could bring myself to do that and feel okay about it.
Why not?
I don't know. I'd be there because like I'd have a sign that says "fuck cops," but I wouldn't be there like the black people are. You know, why you're making
Well,
it
no,
about
because,
that?
you
You know
know,
what I mean? You're
here's-
perpetuating that kind of weirdness.
And that's true to a certain extent. Although, like we talked about before, and I agreed, we had a caller about this that you know, there would be a lot different reaction in society in general if it was a white kid in a you know, like predominantly rich white town or something, and they left his body out there for 4 hours and stuff. This shit does traditionally happen more to black people.
That's true.
But me and you have a passion to stand up to official oppression in general. So when we see this, we don't see color in it. We just see another fucking person killed by the police, which happens to every race.
And we hate
you know.
authority by nature. We're
Yeah.
fucked
So
up.
I mean, that's kind of our perspective.
remember-
But you got to understand how a lot of people are going to think of it
Sure.
as a purely racial thing. But it's not purely racial, but it is partially. Definitely is.
Well,
you know?
words are words, and if everybody says the same ones, everybody learns that. Hey,
What does that have to do with anything?
that how people think about it. Hey, you remember a couple years back when some rich kid like did something horrific and he got off because
Yeah.
he was rich?
He was like drunk driving and ran over like 6 people
he
or
killed
something.
people.
Yeah,
killed
right.
He
people.
murdered people, and they said that he had a syndrome because he's too spoiled.
Affluenza.
Affluenza.
He can't.
That's the official name given to
That's
it.
fucking
God.
awesome.
Good
Affluenza.
God.
What did a fucking did fucking like a bit comedy writer come up with that name? Like what is it? Affluenza.
So the syndrome
No,
was that he can't be in jail, and he did it because he doesn't understand right from wrong because he's too privileged.
Because
Right.
he's too spoiled, yeah.
What the
Absolute
fuck?
insanity.